All right, guys, in this video, I'm gonna talk about how to make your first $1 million. There's a fast, an average, and a slow way to do it. The slow way is, you might be working 40 hours a week and you're not much of a risk taker but you're grinding, you're doing your thing, you're doing things the right way, you're saving your money, then you're investing it, and you're getting into stocks and real estate and that kind of stuff. But that's going to take you 40 years. I don't like the idea of that. I'm not trying to, I was never trying to do that whole, I'm gonna retire when I'm 70, 65 or whatever bullshit. Like, I want to retire sooner than later. And I'm retired, so must have done something right. The average way of doing it is maybe you're a little bit more of a risk taker and a little bit, you work a little bit harder. Maybe you work 50, 60 hours a week. This will probably take you 20 years to get there, because you're working more hours. People are seeing that. So you're getting more promotions, so you're getting more raises, and you're still saving your money, you're still investing in it, stocks, real estate, all that kind of stuff. And you're putting your 50, 60 hours in, you're doing good. You're doing real good. But you'll probably retire when you're, after about 20 years. And look, guys, when I'm talking, retiring in 40, 20 years, all that stuff, I don't mean like you're bouncing around from, one day I'm a bartender, next day I'm working at a restaurant, next day I'm working at retail, no, like you're staying in the same industry and you're climbing that ladder and you're getting bigger and you're getting better and stronger and smarter and richer and all that stuff. You have to at least stay in the same industry. You might go from job to job every once in a while, but I wouldn't bounce around from job to job any more than 2 years, every 2 years. If I'm an employer and I'm looking at that, I'm like, man, he bounces around every year. He's gonna do the same thing to me. Nah, pass, next. But then there's the fast way. These are the guys who work 80 plus hours a week. They're going to be retired in 5 to 10 years. They are grind. They are constantly learning. They are constantly working. They are constantly growing, and they're going to get there a lot faster. Another way to make your first million. You never know where your next sale is going to come from. What's up, kitty cat? You have to approach every customer or every person like the next customer. Like, hey, let me tell you about my product. So you're marketing all the time. As soon as you get the sale, you shut the hell up. Sign on the dotted line, exchange money, let's go. Everybody, you never know. And don't judge a book by its cover. Just because you see someone, not wearing an Armani suit and driving around in a Rolls Royce, doesn't mean he doesn't have money. I'm dressed like this. I got money, but you'll never know. Just seeing me walk around, I just act like a normal dude, chilling. I got a normal house, normal cars. I'm just normal. So, could be some, freak cat, could be some toothless hillbilly in overalls and no t-shirt. Could be Jed Clampett, struck oil, you know what I'm talking about? You never know. More than likely that's not the case, but stick to it and specialize. So again, that bouncing around, you're bouncing from industry to industry or job to job too much, and you don't have the stick to it. You don't have the ability to grind it out and make it freaking happen. And then specialize. You'll become richer when you specialize, because then you become the guru at this one thing, where you're a jack of all trades, so you make a little bit of money here and a little bit of money there. But the guy who specializes and sticks there with a laser focus and doesn't stop, that's the dude. That's the guy. Leverage your time, people, assets, tools, and technology. So, all right, so you're doing a pretty good job. So you do a better job if you had a schedule and you stuck to your schedule and you prioritize the things that you're supposed to do that day, the most important first, and got the hard things out of the way. Leverage your time. People, have better people around you. If you have, dumb, weak, stupid people, poor people around you, you're gonna get dumb, stupid, and weak and poor results. So get better people around you. You'll all grow together. Your assets you can leverage and go and get loans and stuff like that. I don't really believe in loans, but tools. If you're digging by hand and you had a shovel, if you were digging a hole, you use your hands or a shovel. So use the better tools. Well, okay, so you have a shovel. Well, now you have a tractor. Now you have 2 tractors and 5 tractors and 10 tractors. Leverage your tools. You have a good software. Well, maybe there's a software out there better that'll save you more time or make you more profitable, stuff like that. So, just leverage everything you can. Keep your promise. What's the saying is under promise and over deliver. Well, the kind of theory is that if you keep your promise, people are going to want to work with you, work for you, all that kind of stuff. And when you over deliver, people are really going to be like, hey, that guy's the man, he's the shit, I'm gonna give him all my business. So having good habits. Exercising makes you healthy, so you have more energy to work, but also psychologically, people see a healthy person and go, he's healthy, so I like him more than that fat person. I know, sucks, whatever. Fat person may be super nice or super smart or better at the job, but business is just a popularity contest. Dollars are just a vote of confidence. Every dollar you give me is a vote of confidence over my competitors. And unfortunately, or not, I'd say it's not unfortunate because they worked harder. They worked harder to eat right and stay in shape and stuff. So, and plus people who are usually fat and out of shape and not well groomed and bad hygiene and stuff like that, their physique, what they look like is a pretty telling sign. Like if they're not even willing to take care of themselves somewhat. Like I know I'm no Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mr. Universe, nothing like that, but I'm not a big fat boy either. So it's a pretty telling sign. If they're not willing to take care of their body, and if your body's your temple, are they really taking care of business? Review your statements. So all your financial statements. Every day I go and look over my bank, savings, investments, all that stuff. I look over things just so things don't pop up and I'm not like, oh shit, well, what is that, expense or, oh, we're doing good. Oh, we're doing bad, whatever. Okay, this is kind of an odd one. Marry the right person. And I'm not saying marry into a rich family and boom, you're a millionaire. No. What I'm saying is marry the right person because they're your partner. They're going to push you, to do better. They're going to hold you accountable when you're not doing good and not doing the right thing. They're going to help pick up the slack. Maybe, you need to take care of the kids or clean the house or cook or do the dishes or someone's sick and you got to take care of them and all these things. You have to have someone to help. So when me and my wife first met, she was a teacher and she was teaching regular school hours and she was also a coach and stuff. And if we decided once we had our first kid that she was going to be a stay-at-home mom. I made enough money for her to be able to do that and stuff. Before, I still made enough money, but she wanted to have her own thing. She wanted to be her own person. But after we had kids, then it was like, okay, her priorities shifted. I can make the money, so she can stay at home and teach the kids and, take care of the house and cook and clean and stuff like that. And I'm not trying to say like women should be staying at home and cooking and cleaning. Like, shit, if your wife's making $1 million a year and you're making $40,000, your ass needs to stay at home and cook and clean, homeboy. But whoever's the breadwinner, boom. But yeah, you want to marry the right person because they can kind of pick up the slack. And not everybody's great at everything. Maybe one person's better at doing this, another person's better at doing that. One person's better at doing the taxes, and one person's better at taking care of kids. So yeah, marry the right person and have kids, but not just have kids. Like, have kids, buy a house, start your own business. Have things that are going to push you and force you to be good, to be better, to push you forward. Because if you don't have kids and you're kind of broke, whatever, and you're not really responsible to anyone, dependent to anyone, you don't really have to try that hard. You can just kind of kick back and be like, man, it's just me. I mean, of course, I never really had that mindset. My mindset was always, killer instincts, just like, but a lot of guys do it. But once you have kids, well, now if you don't work, they don't eat, they don't have a house, they don't have transportation and medicine and whatever, all that stuff. So you have to now step up. But again, start a business. Well, you put your nest egg on the line to start this business, to then also provide for your family. You bought a house, so now you gotta pay for this house, or they're gonna foreclose you, and you gotta work hard so you don't go bankrupt and all that stuff. You gotta really push yourself. You really gotta just grind it out. You just gotta grind it out. But have things that are gonna force you to be accountable, because if not, you're all going to starve and be homeless and have no food or medicine or transportation and all that stuff. So do things that are going to push you. And sometimes it's going to feel like your world's crashing and everything's about to break. And you just have this weight on your shoulder and your chest. And you're depressed, seriously depressed and stuff like that. There's going to be those days. It's okay. Take a breath, step back, figure out what you got to do, and then go do it. All right, guys. Subscribe, share, comment, like. Let's get to work.